What if I told you that while millions of tourists flock to Boracay and Palawan, there are over 7,000 islands in the Philippines where you could have an entire beach to yourself, swim in lagoons that look like they're from another planet, and discover waterfalls that don't even appear on Google Maps? I'm about to take you on the ultimate island hopping adventure through the Philippines' most incredible hidden gems that 99% of travelers will never see. I've spent the last 3 months island hopping across the Philippines, and what I discovered will completely change how you think about this tropical paradise. We're not talking about the crowded tourist hotspots you've seen 1,000 times on Instagram. We're diving deep into the Philippines' best-kept secrets, places so remote and untouched that local fishermen still use them as private hideaways. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap to the most spectacular hidden islands in the Philippines, including exact coordinates, insider tips on how to get there, and the secret local connections you need to access places that aren't even mentioned in guidebooks. Plus, I'll reveal the one island that completely blew my mind and might just become your new obsession. But first, let me tell you why 2025 is the perfect year to explore these hidden gems. The Philippines has been quietly upgrading its transportation infrastructure, making it easier than ever to reach remote islands that were previously almost impossible to access. New ferry routes, improved airports, and better communication networks mean you can now experience true paradise without the extreme difficulty that once kept these places secret. Our first hidden gem is going to sound impossible until you see it with your own eyes. Imagine an island where the sand is so white it actually hurts to look at without sunglasses. Surrounded by water, so clear you can see tropical fish swimming 30 feet below the surface. This is Naked Island in Siargao, but not the famous surfing spot everyone talks about. I'm talking about a completely different naked island that locals simply call the secret sandbar. Getting there requires a specific combination of timing, weather conditions, and local knowledge that I'll share with you. You need to catch a banker boat from a tiny fishing village that doesn't even have a name on most maps. The fisherman who took me there has been making this journey for 40 years, and he told me that during certain tide conditions, this sandbar emerges like Atlantis rising from the ocean. What makes this place truly magical isn't just its beauty, it's the complete isolation. During my entire 6-hour stay, I saw exactly 0 other tourists. The only sounds were gentle waves and the occasional call of seabirds. I spent the afternoon snorkeling around coral gardens that felt like swimming through a living rainbow, with fish species I'd never seen before dancing around me like they were putting on a private show. But here's the insider secret that took me weeks to discover. The best time to visit this hidden sandbar is during the new moon in the dry season, specifically between February and April. The tidal conditions align perfectly, and the lack of moonlight makes the night sky absolutely spectacular. I'm talking about stars so bright they literally light up the water around you. Our next hidden gem takes us to the Visayas region, where an island exists that changes its entire personality depending on the season. During the dry months, it's a typical tropical paradise with white beaches and coconut palms. But during the rainy season, something extraordinary happens that transforms it into what I can only describe as the Philippines' version of the Amazon rainforest. This seasonal transformation creates temporary waterfalls that cascade directly into the ocean, forming natural infinity pools where fresh and salt water mix in the most beautiful gradient of blues and greens you've ever seen. The island literally becomes a living artwork, with new streams appearing overnight and carving temporary channels through the landscape. What makes this discovery even more special is the wildlife that appears during this transformation. Rare bird species that normally live deep in mountain forests come down to the coast, creating a wildlife watching opportunity that exists nowhere else in the Philippines. I spent an entire morning watching hornbills and kingfishers sharing the same trees with typical beach birds, creating a biodiversity display that felt like nature's own documentary. The challenge with this island is timing your visit perfectly. You need to arrive right after the first major rains, but before the weather becomes too dangerous for boat travel. Local weather patterns are incredibly specific, and the window of opportunity usually lasts only 3 to 4 weeks each year. I was fortunate enough to hit it perfectly, but it required months of planning and constant communication with local weather experts. Now let me share the discovery that completely changed my perspective on Philippine island hopping. Hidden in the Mindanao region, there's an island that locals simply call the Mirror. From the air, you can see why. The entire island is surrounded by water so still and clear that it creates a perfect reflection, making it impossible to tell where the sky ends and the ocean begins. But the real magic happens underwater. This island sits on top of what geologists believe is an ancient volcanic crater, creating underwater formations unlike anywhere else in the Philippines. Diving here feels like exploring another planet, with bizarre rock formations creating natural sculptures that seem too perfect to be real. The most incredible discovery was a series of underwater tunnels that connect different parts of the island. Swimming through these tunnels with proper safety equipment and an experienced guide feels like traveling through liquid crystal. The water is so clear that you can see every detail of the tunnel walls, decorated with sea fans and soft corals in colors that don't seem to exist in nature. What struck me most about this island was the complete absence of any development. No resorts, no restaurants, not even basic facilities. It exists in a state of perfect preservation, maintained by a small community of fishermen who consider themselves guardians rather than owners of this natural wonder. The environmental responsibility aspect cannot be overstated. These hidden gems remain pristine because they've been protected by their remoteness and the stewardship of local communities. Every visitor has the obligation to leave no trace and contribute positively to the communities that make these experiences possible. The Philippines continues revealing new secrets to those willing to venture beyond conventional travel routes. Each hidden island represents not just a destination, but a doorway into understanding the incredible diversity and natural beauty that makes this archipelago one of the world's most remarkable travel experiences. Your next Philippine adventure awaits among these 7,000 islands, where every sunset brings the possibility of discovering something completely new. The question isn't whether these hidden gems will amaze you, but which one will capture your heart first and call you back for a lifetime of exploration. Start planning your ultimate island hopping adventure today, because these hidden gems won't remain secret forever, and 2025 might be your perfect window to experience them in their most pristine state.